hear people say the ticket price way too high, so they not going home, but not me. Even if it's me alone, I will take a fishing boat on 95 days to reach down there. People say the costume cost a arm and a leg. Oh God. Well, I will have to take a loan, but I'll be there for you. I not going carnival to count no loss or no profits. I already have a hole in my pockets. People dying so fast, and I only have one life, so I better live it. Plus, I miss my family. I already tell my boss that I only going home to see my granny. The road could be empty, it could be just me. Carnival, I will never leave you lonely.
Welcome to another show. It's another show. Good evening. I'm just going to bring in my guests right on with me because it's that time of week. It's Tuesday. Welcome to all those of you who are tuning in wherever you're connecting to us from. As if I like feeling a little bit darkish today. Let me see if I can get a little bit bright. A little bit bright. But yes. Good evening, welcome one and all. Ooh, look at that! I'm getting stars already, boy. Well, but you know, wasting time. We're not sending them stars there. Let me see who that person is that's sending the stars. Oh, Sikoi! Thanks for the stars. All right. Welcome, guys. Welcome one and all. Come on in, come on down, tag a friend. We're gonna be talking about white sunset and the social impact. If you've been following me over the last couple of months, you would have seen promos that we were having on Tuesdays usually, and then sometimes I would share videos. I discount code here now, and we were really pushing hard for the White Sunset event that was scheduled back in October. So that was October 23rd, and yeah, the event happened, and people were like, "But Jael, how come you're not doing a review? How come you're not doing a review? Any review?" Hi, Albert. Thank you very much for the stars, Albert Sylvester. Thank you very much. They were like, "How come you're not doing a review?" And we're like, all of us is like, they'll have to do a review for everything, right? So the team from the White Sunset crew, I like to call them the White Sunset crew. That is from the Dominica Estival alumni. They're joining me today, and then we're going to talk about, listen, let me tell you, y'all want to listen to this because they're going to be announcing their recipients. Because you know White Sunset is organized, it's a charity event, right? So 2 organizations going to get some money, right? They're going to get some money to help with their initiatives. And this is like the social impact that really, why White Sunset. We'll talk about why it was established. We'll talk about all of these things. If you missed anything, if it's your first time on this channel, your very first time coming, you're gonna get all the deets, right? So you're gonna know all the details, and you're gonna know why you probably even need to be part of it. And also, those of you who are at the event this year, you get to know. I think a little birdie told me that they'll be announcing the date for next year, right? Well, shake your head, put a thumbs up if that's the truth. Yes, they're announcing the date for next year. I was at White Sunset. Hello. And we'll talk a little bit about the event, and we'll divulge as much as we want to divulge because we can. Because it's our show, right? Right? Our show. We can do what we want. Okay? So I'm gonna bring on the gang who's here from the White Sunset crew. And in no particular order, we're just gonna bring them on, and we're gonna get chatting. We're gonna have a good time. One of the recipients is actually standing by, so we're just gonna chat. So without any order, in every single order, before I say that, let me just thank those of you on YouTube, those of you on Facebook, and those of you on LinkedIn. Nobody will give me no me pui, right? Thank you very much for your support. Thank you very much for sharing. Thank you very much for liking. I don't like that light. No, that light's feeling like as if it's too bright. Oh, yo. That light's feeling like it's too bright. Is it too bright? Am I looking too bright? We're gonna get ready for the White Sunset crew stopping by. And I want to say special good evening to Paul. Hi, Paul.
Hey, Jael, it's not too bright. You're just a bright person. You're just radiating.
See you, fashion, Thanks, Paul.
It's
Thank you.
all
Thank
you.
you.
It's
Thank you
all
for the
you.
compliment. Thank you very much. Welcome, Paul. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm well, thanks, and thanks for having me and the crew on board. Uh,
What part of
And,
the
uh,
world are
and
you in? Whereabouts are you?
I'm in
Where's
Atlanta, Georgia. I'm home.
wow? Are you far, Papa? You
Yeah.
far? You far? You far? So it's
Mm.
good to have you on. And Paul, let us know a little bit about your role as it relates to the organization. So while you guys come in, we'll just talk a little bit about your role within the organization, so folks can have, an idea as to why you can even speak to White Sunset, in case they don't know.
Okay, well, I'm one of the founding members of the Dominica Civil Alumni Association. We're actually the official alumni association of the Dominica State College. I am a director and I have the privilege of being the chairperson of the event White Sunset. We just did our third White Sunset. It's getting bigger, it's getting better. We're having more social impact. Last year, we assisted two entities. This year, we're going to do two nonprofits as well as the State College. So we're doing three this year. And hopefully next year we go to four or five with your help as well as our patrons and our sponsors. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm in charge of the fund department that has social impact.
Thank you very much for sharing that. And while you've been sharing that, people have been sharing stars. I want to pick up my folks who are sending the stars who are excited to be on here. Caitlin, thank you very much for the stars. Thank you very much to you guys. Let's see, calling Febe, sending stars. Thank you very much. Love, love, love. Thank you for all of the support. Um, and make sure you guys share the live. Hit that share button, share the live so folks can join in. So thank you very much, Paul, for letting us know a little bit about who you are and your role within the organization. I also want to bring on board coming up next, Glenda. Hi, Glenda.
Hey, Jael, and I have to agree with Paul that bright light is all you. There's nothing an electrician can do about that. It's out of his hands.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
Wonderful.
We
Tell
love
us,
you.
tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, because it's the very first time we're seeing you on the show. So you're making your debut on the Jail Joseph Live show. So
Nice.
we've seen Paul. We've seen a lot of Paul. We've seen a lot of Paul. But tell us a little bit about who you are and your role within the organization.
Okay. I'm from La Plaine and Goodwill, dual citizenship with La Plaine and Goodwill, and went to Convent High School and Civil Call, a member of Dominica Civil Call Alumni Association. I currently live in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Paul's neighbor.
Are you really Paul's neighbor?
I'm just joking. But I'm so proud to be on Paul's committee, reporting to Paul and the White Sunset Committee. My heart is all about philanthropy, and I get excited by it. So you can only imagine how thrilled I am and how privileged I am to be on that committee. And you know how well our chairman does. So I'm on a winning team. So. And I'm happy to be here as well. Mm-hmm.
It's wonderful to have you on. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
And then finally, we have hello, Dr. Laurent.
Madam.
How are you?
Hey, Jael, I like the others. I think you are the brightness here. It's not the light. You're the
But what I'm
brightness.
telling you, all you will make me like, all you will make my clets go out. You talking about my brightness so much.
Yeah, and we love it. We really love it. Beautiful
Thank you.
smile, very radiant personality.
Thank
And I'm
you
glad
very
to be on your show tonight.
Welcome. We are
to-
plucking your cherry tonight.
Papa. Pluck it, Papa. So,
First time on the show, right? Cherry's been plucked.
first step on the show. So,
Yes.
real quick, I'm Kevin Laurent. I from Tetmont Grande, Dominica.
Yes, South
I-
City.
Eh?
South City in the house.
South City, man. South City. We're rocking it. we're cultural. So
Yes.
I am so excited to be associated with DISA, and especially having done the White Sunset for 3 years now.
Uh-huh.
Alumni of Sixth Form College. So I am also in Atlanta, Georgia, close enough to both Glenda and Paul. So
Wow.
I'm
Oh, you
sorry,
need to have a reunion, man.
you're
ATL
dealing with
reunion.
Right?
you are dealing with the Atlanta crew of DISA right here.
That's
And
fantastic.
that brought us even closer. That we have always been close, but then we live physically close. We socialize together, and we are happy to bring that socializing to Dominica and to our friends at home. So
Fantastic.
I'm happy to talk about White Sunset tonight, and so I'm happy to be here.
It's great to have you on the show. Hi, Sabrina. So people are coming on, so people are slowly getting on board, and they're sharing. They're also sharing stars. Thank you very much, guys, for sharing stars. And I was about to tell you to adjust. Or you up to the time. You adjust your camera rapid. You up to the time, and we love that. We love that. Thank you guys again for joining us. All of you, those of you who are on social media, as well as the audience. I see the second recipient has joined us, so they're waiting in the lobby. So they're there, so I can see you. If you can hear me and you can see me, I can see you, I can hear you. I know you're there, so just letting you know that we know that you're there. Both recipients are there, so we're good to go. You can hear me? You can hear me?
Kevin seems to be having some difficulty.
Are you guys?
Yes.
Yeah, went on
I can
mute.
hear you.
Mhm.
No, we're not hearing you, Kevin.
No, we're not hearing him, Kevin.
We lost
Kevin,
Kevin.
jump off and come back on, and hopefully, if anytime somebody calls you, it's gonna bump you off the audio. So just letting you know that in advance. All right. So anytime somebody calls your phone because you're using your phone, it will bump you off. So just jump off and come back on. All right. So we're gonna get the conversation started. I just first of all want to commend you guys. It was my very first white sunset, and y'all plucked my cherry because y'all made me an ambassador. It was my first. Y'all been doing this for 3 years. It was my first time attending. I did not really know what to expect. I came with no expectations really because it was my very first time, and especially when you are promoting an event, you're actively promoting an event from an influencer's perspective. You tend to come with like, oh my god, I hope everything is like
Yeah.
works out well, because you
Yeah.
don't want people feeling like, oh, like Jael, only time you was there running your mouth about this and that, but that not good and that not good and this not good. You don't want people to be down your throat, because people come for your throat, come for you, and if they come for me, they'll get me. But you don't want that. That's not something that you look forward to. You want the event to be successful, and I must say that my experience, although I didn't get my tequila, my experience was lovely. I love the ambience, I love the environment. Obviously, like I told a few people who came to me and said, hey, are you gonna do a review? I'm like, well, no, because I was part of and that's the reason why I didn't do a review. So those of you who are asking, and you've not probably you probably didn't ask directly, but you kind of sips, you was different. She did a review, like what happened to her? She don't you are you are more than happy. I'll be more than happy to tell you that it wasn't a matter of me not wanting to do a review. I chose not to do a review because of my involvement with the organization. I felt like,
Mhm.
one, it was a charity event, so I felt, because of the entire message, or the entire movement behind it, that anything I had to say, I could say to you guys with hopes that y'all could improve, or y'all could elevate, or y'all could maintain what was great. Dr. Laura, I see you trying to get in and out. Probably get out completely and then come back on.
I
So
can
get
hear you
off
now.
completely.
I
Oh,
can hear you
Oh,
now.
look at that. You see?
I
great,
don't.
great.
Wow.
It goes in and out. I don't know why.
Okay,
Okay,
and, you,
stay
and you're
right
giving me
there.
emojis and all kinds of stuff. Yes. So you're
Love
good. We're
it.
good. We got you.
Thank you. Thank
Right?
you.
So I must say that it was a wonderful event. I felt it was really well attended. I love the flow coming into the event. But I want to kind of get your perspective on the event in terms of, I know we're going to talk a little bit about the sponsors. We're going to talk about the beneficiaries of the for the event. We're going to talk about touch a little bit on the National Youth and Health and the National Youth Health Medical Symposium that was held. And but I kind of just want to get from your perspective what you how you felt, coming out of the third year of White Sunset, Paul.
Yeah, so 3 years, lots of lessons learned after year one, year two. And we felt that year three, we had to hit the ball out of the park, to use a baseball analogy. And we think we did. Based on how the event was attended, the responses from our patrons in several of the areas, in terms of ambience, in terms of food, in terms of entertainment, in terms of the service, right? Which Dr. Laura can speak to the service, because both him and Simeon Joseph did a stellar job in training, I think, 30 young people from the Dominica State College to help be part of the service sector.
Mhm.
I would say we got our reviews from our patrons was probably 95% positive, and probably 5%, oh well, there's a few lessons that need to be, few areas that needs to be fixed, which is kind of, you want to be in that zone when you do an
Yeah.
event. So yeah, I would say very positive, we were very, very pleased with the event this year. Yeah.
Before we get into more of the gist of it, if you can provide just an overview of why this event was created, because somebody might be coming on right now and they might not know anything from Adam about White Sunset and be like, what are they talking about? Key White Sunsets, what exactly are they referring to? So, first of all, just give us a brief overview of your organization and the connection with White Sunset. If you, I don't know if you want to, or if you want to pass it on to Glenda. I see Glenda.
And I'm going to pass this on to you. She's our
Okay.
biggest advocate.
She's a sponsor, lady. That's what we're calling her today.
Oh my gosh, Jael, again, thanks. So, Jael, as Dominica's, for your listeners, Dominica Civic Hall Alumni Association was really started to feel a need. Paul was one of the brainchild or brain persons behind that. Him and another classmate, when they found out that one of our classmates was suffering from chronic kidney disease and was in need of financial help. So they mobilized some of us who had gone to Civil Call and to help, and they just blossomed what we know today as Dominica Civic Alumni Association. Because in doing that, the group recognized, that the needs were many, and we could do more as a collaborative group together, join our forces or resources across the globe, and help build our community and try to fill the gaps and the needs of our community, and give back to our country, who has given us so much. And there are a lot of there were ideas on the table, and Paul was tasked with a fundraising event that would really help us meet that objective. And so that's how the White Sunset event was born out of having something fun where people could give back to something quite meaningful. And I'm telling you, Giles, that 3 years run, we have been able to do that. Our commitment to giving back has remained strong, and we've been able to do that, thanks to our wonderful sponsors, thanks to our amazing patrons, and thanks to the support of the community. At all levels of our country, we've been supported, and we're excited to be part of something so positive and something so huge in our community. And so
Yeah.
that's it, the White Sunset event, something fun, and the people can have a good time, but give back to something meaningful.
I'll tell you this. This was the very first event that I decided that I agreed to be an ambassador for. I've been approached multiple times to be ambassador for other events.
Mhm.
And there were many layers to me saying yes.
Okay.
I never attended Call, but one of the things that I recognize as somebody who straddles both North America and Dominica is that a lot of times the folks out in the diaspora, sorry, I'm gonna say y'all, they like to complain about everything that's happening in Dominica, but
That's fair.
they never really put their money where their mouth is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like everybody complains and they say the government not doing this, the government not doing that, the this and that and the other. But what I absolutely loved is that you guys were like, we're not going to depend on anybody, but we're going to pool our resources. We have ideas, we have skills, we have knowledge, we have networks that we can use to put back into somewhere, like you rightfully said at the beginning, Glenda, put back where they put what they put poured into you.
To
So
us,
you poured
absolutely.
in, Dominica poured into you, and you guys decided that you and so many times I've heard these complaints about what cannot be done and what, and I'm like, you know what, just do it, like stop complaining about this, that, and the third. So that was one thing that got me. The second thing is that you guys were a group of people that went to the same school, that there was like a shared story,
Yes.
that these were almost like friends who became your extended family, that you all came together and you were like, you know what, we're gonna do this, we're going to assist people, we're going to focus on how we can tap into the community, we're going to involve the college, and you guys did this. And thirdly, you guys planned an event that was not just for people who want to come down to Dominican party during World Crown Music Festival. It was I think I dubbed it that, and I should probably copyright that phrase. I dubbed it the LinkedIn
You
event.
sure did. You sure
Right?
did, Jael. You did.
But it-
I'm your witness to that.
right? And they I should probably have copyright that, right? And
Not too late.
I
Not too
love
late.
I love the fact that you guys were doing this, not just in an effort to just say, okay, we want to come and drink rum and we want to party and we want to meet people, but we can meet you as a student. If you have a certain interest, you could attend an event that would help you, or possibly you could get mentorship. It could propel you to where you want to go. Or if you reach in America and you're on a scholarship and you don't know where to stay, my God, somebody from there might tell you, come and stay with me for a little bit, while you get on your feet. So that is that is what I saw in this. And I always said, I loved what you guys were doing, and this is why I said yes. So I have
Thank
never
you.
said yes to any other event, because again, an event is very iffy.
Yeah.
And it could hit, it could miss, and it
Yeah.
could, when it misses, people would blast you from Genesis to Revelation. And for me, I didn't care if it didn't hit, or if it missed, because I saw it as a charitable event. I saw it as giving back to the community. And for me, it was like, hey, people need to show support, because a lot of the money, the money that becomes part of the event, goes right back into the place that we all call home, the
Yeah.
place that we all want to come back to. So that is my
Yes.
skill on why I really support it. And I never said that publicly to y'all. I never said it even to y'all, even in meetings. But I felt like I needed to state that, that this is why I decided to do, and this is why I decided I was not going to review it, because for me it was a positive thing that saw you guys doing, and I wanted to be part of it from that perspective. Of course, I wanted to get paid, but I wanted to be part of
Thank
it from
you.
that
But
perspective.
thank you for trusting us, and thank you for going out on the limb, and trusting and believing in what our mission is and objective. And we appreciate that. We appreciate the fact that you saw value, and not only value in what we're committed to do, but also trusted that we would deliver on what we say we're gonna do, because that you it's your career and your reputation at
Yes,
stake,
my
and you said
face, my whole face,
yeah.
like yeah. But I really did, and I
Mhm.
didn't care. Like I said, I didn't care if it missed. I
Mhm.
I was willing to absorb the miss. I was
We
like,
appreciate
what?
that.
I know how I could spin the miss if there was
We
a miss.
appreciate that.
You
We
know,
really appreciate
because
that. Mhm.
I felt it was a really huge impact. I see Dr. Laurent getting off, because I was about to call him. I don't know where you going. I'm about to call on him to talk a little bit about the service, in terms of, I know you guys put together, not just Dr. Laura, you ready? You can talk to me. You ready? I don't know if say yes if you can talk. You can talk to me. You there? You heard me? Somebody called you, not true? Somebody call you? Somebody probably
Somebody may
somebody
have called
really
him.
do not disturb. Do not
Hmm.
disturb. So
Yeah.
let's talk a little bit on this we'll go directly into the sponsors and then we'll talk a little bit about the service. So we'll wait for him to come back and circle back on when it comes to the service because I know that was his forte. So let's talk about the sponsors. You guys really reach far and wide. And I really want to commend because for one, I always say we don't have plenty sponsors in Dominica. Like people think to themselves, "Oh, there's sponsors." Like there's like how many companies that are really you constantly see the same sponsors coming out and supporting events. Forget charitable events, but just events in general. It's usually the same usual suspects, right? And I always say, you got there's not a lot, and they might tell you kind, but they might not be able to give you cash, and so on and so forth. But y'all really tapped in a neat way. Like I loved, the do it center aspect of things. I love the, how you guys really tapped into the various. Tell us a little bit about what the process of acquiring sponsorship was like, and who really like. I know you have like a long list of people who really, came out and showed love and really said, oh, hey, we want to be part of this because it's for a good cause. Share with us a little bit about the sponsorship of White Sunset.
Yeah, I
Let,
think that's you.
Oh,
let
oh,
us,
that's me. Okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Jael, you were right. We have a limited number of sponsors and establishments in Dominica, and I must say, their generosity is far more than we can possibly even express. Again, to believe in what this cause is, we would not be here and as successful were not for our sponsors, were not for patrons and your viewership as well. But particularly for our sponsors to make it even possible that we can host up before we can even host our patrons. And so it meant building relationships, building trust, and none of that happened overnight. Our chairman Paul is on the ground with a great team, some of which are board members, and some of them are just general members as myself, and working and building those relationships and delivering our message and our mission. And it was so exciting to us to see how well received our message was, and but not also message. The belief in that we would deliver what we say. It's one thing saying we're going to do this, and quite different. Not doing what we're saying we're going to do. And our sponsors supported that. They believed in that. And those who could not give cash, as you said, give kind. And we were able to host raffles and give gifts to some of our attendees as a result of that. So a huge, huge, huge thank you to our sponsors. Um, it's just, when you think about how, during that time of year when so much is going on in Dominica. I remember speaking to someone, calling a business place, and they had already exhausted their funds. And the person said, hey, I believe in this, and here's something from me personally. And so
wow.
that is how much people align with our mission. And you said earlier, you hear a lot of complaints, you hear a lot of negative generally, and that's okay. That's how life is. But it's great that we can sit here and highlight the positive, because our experience has been just that, a lot of positive support from people on the ground, or patrons, or sponsors. And again, as I said, someone who said, well, my business has exhausted its contribution for the year, but I really believe in what you're doing. I'm gonna send you X amount of money. Mhm.
Thank you very much for sharing that with us, Glenda. Paul, you were sweating on the ground. Like I literally saw you
Yes.
sweat, right? From building stage, from running, chasing behind people, from making sure people get tickets, from selling tickets. Tell us about this year, this time around, the experience in terms of setting up this event as the chair. I mean, you were the one really spearheading this on the ground. You had to be in Dominica by a certain time because, yeah, you have a team, but if the team not working, or if something goes wrong, it all comes back to Paul, right? So,
Right,
so that's a little
and then Jael's reputation is at stake there too. So
bit. Let's
so
earn.
so
Okay.
Jael, after I saw you and we partied in Miami Carnival, I went straight home to continue to work.
You do like as if I didn't go
So,
straight home too. Like I just with you. I went straight home too. So
so,
tell us
but
a little bit
we have a great team on the ground, and we had a great plan, right,
about.
in terms of the creating the proper ambience on the at the event. Do It Center sponsored our above the pool deck, and then we just made that happen. It was beautiful. We had Ashma McDougall as our decorator, and she just, she took the raw work that was done by Oyo Construction, and she just made it,
Yeah.
blossom. And so there was so much to do, running, still meeting sponsors at that last stage, still trying to sell White Sunset to them. And as Glenda said, a lot of the sponsors were really just touched by what it is White Sunset represents, what DISA represents. We're a nonprofit organization. We're raising funds to help the community, our
Mhm.
local community, and we're relentless about that, right? So we walk into every door, meet every manager, or marketing manager, make the phone calls. I was literally walking around Rosa and just going from business to business, unannounced, without.
Wow.
Some cases we had appointments, but in a lot of cases just walked in and sold our stories, sold White Sunset, and the interest and generosity was tremendous.
Wow.
The interesting thing, I think, though, it made a difference when you were able to tell people the story, right? When you were able to tell them what was this for. It wasn't just another fete. It was
Hmm.
a great fete with purpose, right?
Yes.
And that people connected to that. And even in the areas where we missed someone because their budget might have been out, done already for the year.
Hmm.
There was a lot of interest in folks saying, "Hey, we'd love to support this next year."
Hmm.
So I think everybody's competing for the same number of sponsors, like you said, but DISA and White Sunset is a little unique because we operate in a slightly different space. We competing for your sponsorship to help the community, and a lot of companies are connect well with that message.
Wow, fantastic. What were your ticket sales like? Like, did you find in comparison to the year before? What would you say? You
Let's
can give
put
us
it
a
this way.
perspective.
Okay, so we have three different areas. We have general admission, we have VIP, and we have VIP tables. We exceeded our targets in VIP tables. We were short on the VIP, not by a lot, and we
Mhm.
met general admission for the first time, by the way.
Wow,
General
congratulations.
admission has always struggled, and we met
Wow.
our target
I
for the first
remember
time.
even leading up to the time you were just like, oh, general admission, and it just bumped up. Like people come out from
Yeah,
all their niche and they came.
yes. So I
Yeah.
mean, we exceeded last year by quite a bit, but we had a higher target than last year because we expected, based on last year's performance and based on the feedback from last year, we expected more people this year. And a lot of what we did on the site was to accommodate the larger
Mhm.
patron count that we were expecting. Because
Mhm.
last year, part of what we heard was, oh, it was a little, it was a little tight, and stuff like that in terms of people partying in the same space. So we created different spaces, and that seemed to have worked really, really well.
Yes.
It's a lovely location, Kaimamawe, the old
Mhm.
Evergreen Hotel. It's on the ocean front,
Yes.
and I mean, you just can't ask for a better location. And of
Yes.
course, the work we did in bringing it to look the way it did on the night of the event, so many people to thank for that, including our sponsors, of course.
Yes, definitely. I guess Dr. Laura is having some difficulties trying to get connect back. So I will jump ahead to talk a little bit about the youth symposium. Like you guys had held a symposium, and what was the attendance like, and what was the, how was it received from the perspective of, the people who attended? What did they, how did they feel, about coming to a symposium where people who are in potential professions that they might want to tap into are there to give you mentorship, guidance, assistance, and even just to connect with you? What was that like, Glenda?
Oh my gosh, Jael, you're taking me from one level of excitement to another. And not because I'm a member of this. I'm just so proud of what we're doing in our community. So let me tell you this. I'm speaking a little bit as a past educator, right? I taught in the classroom at some point. I was just so blown away. So the event started earlier. I got there maybe, so I was part of, I had to deliver some stuff to the event. And so I got in a little about lunchtime or so. And I walked in. Jael, the energy on that campus was unreal. And I'm saying that I'm still getting chills just remembering, thinking about it, because again, I've worked in the classroom for many years back, both at home and here in the US. And to see students at that level so engaged, so excited, even halfway through the day, right? After leaving home early on a bus and coming all the way to Picard, Portsmouth, and listen to adults and that interaction, there was so much energy. I was just so proud. I was so proud of us as an organization, and but beyond that, I commended the teachers, because I commended the students, because the teachers, you guys are doing it right. You are doing it right. To have the students so excited to be at a medical symposium, going from booth to booth, learning about the possibilities of a career in healthcare or in the medical field, asking questions, so engaged. Listen, one of the feedback we've received, Jael, is to, I haven't is Gail, so I'm mixing the two. Jael, is to have more time for the students to engage and ask questions. Can you believe that? You
Wow.
know,
So
we
y'all run out of time because questions they had like that.
because questions they had, they were so excited, and even reviewing, it's just unreal. And to this day, I that walking into that room, that auditorium, just is in my mind, my head. I cannot forget, because I expected to walk in and people tired and disinterested, or just they've had enough for the day. Not that at
No,
all.
let me
Not
let you in
that
a
at
little
all.
secret.
Mhm.
Dominicans are some of the most eager ones to learn. Like, give
That's
every Dominican an opportunity. I mean, even we saw it when, we have their scholarships available, the amount of Dominicans that end up go
fine.
and are applying, because not just applying but actually having the grades to make
Fantastic.
it. So I feel like we just
Hats off. Well, I have hats off to my country. Hats off.
the fish, the fig. I don't know what it is that they're eating, but they're
The
just
It
culture,
actually,
the culture is there. The
bigger. And,
culture,
and and another thing too is how well Dominicans excel outside of
mhm,
Dominica. Like,
yeah,
right.
Dominicans are constantly excelling, not on no mediocre level, like on some kind of high level. It's like hearing. And I remember a university professor saying to me, "Oh, 70% is the pass. Why are you worried about 90?" And I'm like,
mhm,
cannot tell that to an international student coming from Dominica, because
right.
a lot of their parents remortgage, triple mortgage, do all of these things. So the fact that you go there and you have to absorb everything and learn really well, this was a perfect opportunity for them to ask the questions that they don't normally get to ask until they reach in the positions where they're like, oh my god, I'm like a deer caught in a headlight. I don't know what to do. I'm not sure what courses to take. Or I might be taking courses and figure if it's not working out that I need to go back home. But there's
Mhm.
always different options. So it was
Yeah,
fantastic that you guys held this, for that purpose and that students got to
oh, it was
interact.
amazing.
Paul, what was your experience like? I see Dr. Lauren just came on. Let me see if I can bring
Let
him
me
on.
let me just for background and overview. So White Sunset number two, American Canadian School of Medicine was one of our big sponsors, and we post the event. We were trying to figure out how it is we help build that relationship and bring value to them. So
Mhm.
we met with Dr. White at the American Canadian School of Medicine, like a few weeks after White Sunset, and we pitched to him, why don't we bring all this, science students from Dominica State College to do a day at the university. And while we're at it, by the way, why don't we just invite 10 or 12 students from every high school in Dominica? So the result was a national youth healthcare and medical symposium exposing over 250 students from every high school as well as the Dominica State College to the university. But on top of that, DISA brought in its own professionals, right, from inside of Dominica and outside of Dominica to basically represent in different areas of healthcare as well as medicine. And of course, the Dominica and a Friendship Hospital participated as well. And we had a total of 24 breakaway booths, each
Wow.
presenting a different area in healthcare medicine
Wow.
among those fields. And I can tell you, the engagement level was phenomenal. I have to give a big shout out to one of the sponsors of the event and the participants, Jolly's Pharmacy and Jolly's Manufacturing. I don't know what they were feeding the students, but their booth was always filled. So, so it was really phenomenal. The whole idea was to expose as many kids as possible to different areas in healthcare and medicine. Because as you know, especially when we grew up, everybody just thought about your doctor, lawyer, engineer, and accountant. And then
Mhm.
we looked at the field of medicine and healthcare. There are so many areas within there. We just figured, let's put a symposium together that really gives those kids an immersive experience that they can walk away and say, wow, I was thinking about being a dentist, but maybe I want to be, I
A
don't know,
radiologist,
cardiologist.
right?
So, we actually had a cardiologist, by the way.
Yeah.
So, so that was the thrust of it. My good friend, Dr. McIntyre, Dr. Irvin McIntyre, was the keynote speaker. And when he walked into the auditorium that holds about 350 people, and there was about almost 300 people in there. And he said to me, Paul, if I didn't know better, I would never think this was the first time ever, you know?
Wow, that was
Yeah,
amazing.
every high school in Dominica represented, plus the Dominica State
Are you
College.
guys thinking about doing this again, like in that way? And would it be just in the medical field? And why I'm asking because yes, there's a lot of difference in the medical fields, but there are other fields out there, and
So,
just like how you when you were growing up, your parents expect you to become a doctor, a lawyer, or a police officer, right? And if it wasn't one of the three, it was like nothing else. And if you went to school and if you did so even so in so saying, I know I love the fact that you guys had brought in a diverse group of medical professionals because it shows people because not everybody can be a doctor. First of all, it requires a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of effort, a lot of commitment, a lot of years of school, right? And you may decide, okay, I don't want to go 13 years or 10 years or how many years, but I could do something within the medical field in 3 years, in 4 years, in 2 years, and so I like that. Do you guys think that this is something that you might decide to not just focus on the medical field, or is that primarily your ultimate goal or one of the things, or I guess your mission is to elevate the medical fraternity in Dominica? Share that with
No,
us.
not medicine particularly. And in fact, when we pitched this to different people, including the Minister of Health, Cassini Laville, we met socially once, and I was telling him about this, and he's like, "What about one in construction and engineering? Why don't we do something else?" So many people they saw the value, but they also saw, like you indicating, the need to do it across other fields as well. So it's been discussed. As a matter of fact, the health medical, we will only do alternate years every 2 years based on the state college requirement.
Okay.
So in the intervening years, hopefully we can do something non-healthcare focused.
Right.
But it was the first of its kind. I guess we took our cherry on that one, but I can tell you, it exceeded any expectations that we had. And the most important thing though was obviously what's the audience? Who are you doing this for? For the young
Yes.
people. And when you
Right.
saw how elated they were, how excited they were, I to a young lady and her mom, and I said, "So what do you do?" Like in Roseville. I was speaking to her mom, and she said, "Oh, I'm at the state college in the so and so program." I said, "Oh, so were you at the symposium?" And she said, "Oh, that's you. I remembered your face. I was trying to remember where I know your face from." So this is like 2 months later, that kind of thing. So,
Okay.
and she said she just had glowing reviews for the symposium. So I said to her, "Did you visit the dentistry because Dr. W had the dentistry at the booth?" She said, "No." I said, "Become Dr. W
Uh,
was very well attended as well. So
That's
yeah.
fantastic. That's fantastic. Dr. Laura, we're speaking about medicine, so we have to bring in the doctor, right? I know you were having some technical difficulties, but that happens. When the internet does it, the interneting, okay? And this is right up your alley. You are a doctor, and I want to bring you in to kind of share your feedback on the symposium, and then we'll dive straight into the service because a huge part of your role was the service aspect of the White Sunset. So share with us your feedback on the event as a medical professional, and and you can dive further. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. They say that technology could be our helper and it could break us down as well, right?
I'm getting some feedback. Is that from you or is that from somebody else? Are you watching on somewhere else? Are you watching it somewhere else?
Yeah, let me do this. Still on issues, right?
Okay, I can't hear you.
Kevin, do you have two devices on?
Yeah, and I want to know which one I can turn off.
You're good now.
We hearing
Can you hear
feedback
me?
from one.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I can't hear myself. But anyways, two things I wanted to mention. First of all, let me correct something. I'm not a medical doctor, right? I'm a PhD.
When you say doctor, everybody is doctor, doctor, doctor. So what is doctor, doctor, doctor?
So make that clear. So my expertise is not in medicine.
Okay, good. Thanks for clearing
However,
that up.
I just wanted to thank you. I wanted to make a point that relates to both White Sunset and the symposium, and I'll do it in three headings. I think we on both events we had a resounding success. For White Sunset, for example, and that's where I think we got cut off. White Sunset, the resounding success for me was that we raised a whole lot of money that we are going to use for charity. So that was successful. That was the plan. With the symposium, it was successful in that it exceeded all our expectations. We gave the students across Dominica a chance to be exposed to career paths that they otherwise probably would not have known about. As Paul alluded to, when we were in school, we wish we had gotten half or a quarter of that kind of exposure. I remember when I studied at the sixth form college, I only was exposed to accounting, economics, and business administration. That was all I knew under the umbrella of business. When I came to America, I learned that the umbrella covers so wide a span including marketing, human resource development. So many project management just goes on and go. Well, you never heard about that. So with this symposium, I think that gave the students a large exposure. Something else I want to talk about is the slew or the crowd of supporters that we had as DISA. I mean, including yourself, the people who bought tickets, the people who provided every person who showed up directly or indirectly were our supporters. They are responsible for making that the success that I talked about as a resounding success. Success for us with the symposium, I think, is that, like I said, the students walked away and they have talked to me. They have talked to several members of the team that they could not imagine being invited to something like that. It exceeded their expectations. So I would say overall that the symposium in particular ministered to me when I folded my arm at one point and I looked at the auditorium and I say, first of all, we never sat in something like that in our days in Dominica, where so many people, so many ideas, so many presentations, so many reasons for me to aspire to something higher than I'm getting today. This is what I thought. These are the things that went in the students' mind according to what I'm getting. And now we have empowered the students to explore much more than they had imagined they would explore. Now people have been already calling me, because I invited some of them to talk to me further about their interests, talk to any one of us further about their interests. We can help them wherever possible. And those of us who have gotten a higher level of education, we can lead them into paths that can open up for their future. So in my opinion, we did this year, among other things, 2 successful events, and I think we deserve a pat. But we've all, just not DISA only, but the crowd, the Dominican support that we got. So I want to give a thumbs up to them.
Yes,
Seriously.
fantastic. While we have you still, I wanted you to clarify what type of doctor you are, because I just misdiagnosed you there, so I want to make sure.
Don't don't
Yeah.
don't call don't call Kevin if you have a bubble.
Oh, check.
That's right.
Charlie, not
No,
easy, you know.
if
You
you call me
misdiagnosed
concerning
I
a bubble,
misdiagnosed him.
if you call me concerning a bubble, I'm gonna give you the traditional medicine.
What is
My
that?
bay leaf and my
Mokiriko,
citonel and
Mokiriko.
my ginger and my everything. I mean, I still do that, right? So no, I honestly, my PhD is in organizational change management, performance technology. All right. So what I do a lot of interventions in companies, reform companies, train their employees, do a lot of HR related stuff. If there's any gap in performance, so management is expecting a certain performance, employees are performing at that level. I come in to bridge the gap,
Yeah, you
bridge
the
the gap.
shule. Yeah, don't try that. You the shule people.
I fire and hire.
He fixes a different kind of bubble, organizational
Different
I
kind
bubble.
of
fix a
bubble.
different kind of bubble. I increase the bottom line. I increase the
Yes.
bottom line.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
fantastic to know. You were also in charge of the service. So you worked alongside Simeon, who was the events manager for the White Sunset. Tell us a little bit about the service, the ideas that came with it, because you guys brought in the students from the state college. You also trained them, to serve. So share with us a little bit about the service for folks who might be wondering, like, what I mean, how did this happen? What was the team like? So share with us some of that.
So, in our effort to present to our patrons a stellar, classy event, we felt that every person engaged in the process should be operating at a level of professionalism. We realize that there's a gap that exists in our customers and maybe our hospitality in Dominica. Some of us are a little better off than others in that regard because we have maybe been more exposed. So we thought, as this, it would be wise and a smart thing to empower our helpers, our volunteers. And since the students from the college are poised to volunteer for our events. We helping everyone, including them, in gaining some kind of overview, a high level view of what exceptional customer service looks like. And we started what you call a human development series that Simeon, Joseph, and myself, we have been heading for the past couple of years. And so every year we do that at the State College, where for example, we provide what you call project management essentials. Simeon was tasked with more the hospitality tactics and techniques, and combined with those two efforts, I think we equipped our volunteers to do what we expected to be what they call a stellar performance. And so that series will expand to other things as we go on. But so far we have done that. We have gotten great reviews as to how this human development training have really empowered the students, and they feel better. So we are looking at better and bigger things, maybe more frequent. Our mentorship program that we are bringing up with this, and maybe our director Paul and maybe Glenda can embellish that a little more later on in the show. But we have a few things that pertain to the human development of our supporters.
Yes, yes. Fantastic. Thank you very much for sharing that with us and letting us know, what it entailed. I like the fact that you guys tapped into the college, because a lot of the students are in hospitality and they've never actually worked in hospitality. And that gave them like an opportunity to either realize, but probably that's not for me, because I'm really not all about that servitude to people, or build their excitement and say, oh my God, I can't wait to get out in the industry and really do
And they were
this.
great. Jael, they were great. You may have seen them. They were amazing. I could just, as
Them.
mom and you could
I
just
had
go around and
one
hug
of them
all,
were
hug
looking,
them all.
all around for a fan for me. Let me tell you, which was
They
all
were
around.
amazing.
Oh
They
my
were
girl, don't
so,
kill
so
yourself. Don't hurt your
amazing.
head. Like it's okay. She's like, I want to
That's
get to it. I want
great.
to get to the fan. So really,
That's
really
great.
wonderful. Really,
Yes,
really
they were.
wonderful.
Hmm.
I wanna switch it up now and talk a little bit. I don't know if you guys want to, if before we move on, you want to speak a little bit to your sponsors in terms of specifically highlighting your sponsors. I know you guys have put together a wonderful video that kind of highlights all of the sponsors and all of the and kind of acknowledging, those who really came out and showed support to you. If you'd like to do that, I want to give you the opportunity now. If you want to be able to shout out some of the people who, some of the organizations who really played an integral role in ensuring the success of the event. So I want to leave that to you now, and then we'll go into talking about the beneficiaries and what entailed, because that's the exciting part. Everybody that come on Makodi Live, that they come there to hear. They come to hear who getting all the money. They want to know that, right? So
And how much money? How much
how much
money?
money? They want to know that, right? So Glenda, I know that is your
And
forte in terms of the sponsorship. If you want to share that with us, so we can move.
Yes. So to our sponsors, we say thank you. To our sponsors, we could not do what we do without you. And to our patrons, we want to say thank you as well. To our ambassadors like you, Jael, we say thank you. To our audience, support our sponsors. When you go home, those at home, those in the diaspora, when you go home, be proud to know when you step into one of those establishments. Those are establishments who believe in helping build our local community. So we're so proud to be part of that community by extension. I'll just go down the list. There are many, and for that we're thankful. Our platinum sponsors, Do It Center. Oh my gosh, I love that deck. I'm just gonna take a hammock and just hang there one night, sneak down, and just have a night's sleep over the sea right there, and just enjoy the ambiance, a little bit romantic as well. So we thank our Do It Center sponsors, or your construction as well. CEO Paul Phillip and his team and his organization. Thank you so much to give us more land space and more space to host our guests and our patrons by extending the seafront. So we like that. Our gold sponsor is Flow Dominica. We thank you. We thank Big Edge Financials, or silver sponsor Big Edge Financials. Thank you so much. Thank you for attending. Thank you for coming along with guests. We appreciate you. Bronze
No,
sponsors,
you
Fine
have to
Foods.
state the guest. Who was the guest?
Oh my word. Okay, I thought okay, it was supposed to be a special reveal. Jael, you know who we had as a special guest, and we thank Big Edge Financials for making that possible as well. Our
Yes.
very own
Yeah.
Thea Lafont, and she was beautiful. She was gracious. Thea, thank you so much. Our patrons, you took time to take pictures, to be touched, to be hugged, and you were so gracious
Mhm.
and patient about that, and so beautiful inside and out. That exuded in all of you. So we appreciate that, and we thank you. We thank you for trusting us to visit with us and spend time with us. Our brand sponsors Fine Foods Incorporated, Belfast Estate Limited, Fresh Market. Those are those who help feed us, help feed our patrons, provide food and drinks to us. Digestive Care is also one of our brand sponsors. Thank you so much. Our copper sponsors, Tropic Trading, American Canadian School of Medicine, and Medicus Diagnostic, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited. Thank you so much. Unicommer Dominica Limited. Thank you. Lindomart. Lindomart, thank you so much. I grew up going to Lindomart, so I was so proud. I felt like I'm, just home folks. It was just home to me. King Ocean, thank you. PCAT Innovations, thank you so much. Thank you for making all of this possible. Some of our marketing partners, DBS, DBlush Copy Center, MO News, Dominica News Online, and Push Past 10. Thank you so very much. Now, we said earlier, Gerald, that some of our donations were made in kind, and we were able to offer raffles and an opportunity to raise additional funds through raffles. And we have VF Inc. We thank you for being a raffle partner. Jungle Bay Resort and Spa, thank you. Rosalie Bay Resort, thank you so much. Intercontinental Resort and Spa, keeping it real, such amazing sponsors. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I didn't win any of the raffles. I played, but I didn't
I
win.
was about to say I don't win nothing. Oh God, oh.
Charlie's Courtyard, where I had one of the best red snapper dinner ever. Thank you very much. And Fort Young Hotel, where many. Thank you so much to our sponsors. I'm gonna keep playing because those are just amazing raffles, amazing opportunities to raise funds for a cause. Thank you for trusting us. Thank you for partnering with us. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
yes, yes.
you.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. That's right.
We're doing the big breaking news next.
With the breaking news?
Yeah, the beneficiaries.
Well, before the breaking news, we're gonna we're talking about the beneficiaries first, and then we'll talk about the next date, right? We'll talk
Okay,
about
yeah.
that last. All right. So two wonderful organizations were selected to be the recipients of the donation. So first of all, tell us about, just give us a briefly what your donations were like the last 2 years and who they were
Okay.
made out to, just for those who may not know, and then you can break the news.
Okay, well, year one, we donated $10,000 to the Home for the Aged, the Dominica Infirmary, as well as we physically went and power washed the entire space of the Dominica Infirmary. Year two, we flipped and said, oh, we did the elderly last year, let's go for the youth. So we went with Operation Youth Quick, donated $10,000 worth of items that they requested to them. Actually a little more than 10,000. And then we also gave $10,000 worth of scholarships to six needy students at the Dominica State College, as were determined by the State College itself. This year, what are we doing this year? This year, we were graced with 10 applicants
Mm,
for our community social grant, and it was really tough narrowing it down to 5 and then to 3. And then finally, we picked 2 very worthy um, entities. They both play in the disability space. And then on a call last night, it was interesting to find out that one of them play in the disability space with the youth, and the other one plays with the elderly. So hats off to Oyo, to Disa. We've captured the spectrum of the disability space without trying.
Yes.
But
Yes.
but basically, to their credit, their programs were phenomenal. Their projects were phenomenal. Their presentation was phenomenal, and they were the ones who won out of the 10 applicants. These 2 entities were the winners of our community social grant.
Yes.
And am I announcing the name or are you doing it?
Well, we can. I can do it, or you can do it. I think you can do it. I'll give you the
Yeah.
opportunity. You did all the
Okay,
work.
so the 2 organizations are one, Circle of Friends. I think it's led by Beverly LeBlanc, and
Yes.
then they play in the disability space with the youth. And obviously, hopefully, we get both of them to speak shortly. And
Yes.
then the other organization is the Dominica Association of Persons with Disabilities,
Yes.
head by a very amazing woman, Mrs. Murphy, whom
Yes.
I had the privilege of meeting in July when we did our final interviews, and very impressive individual. And both entities, I want to congratulate for getting through and winning our community impact program. I think what they do is very important, fills some major gaps on the island, and we're pleased to be making a donation to each entity of $10,000 towards their projects.
Wow, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. I know you have more, but before you tell us the more, I want to bring on Beverly. So Beverly is standing by. So hi, Beverly.
Hi, JF.
Hi,
Hi,
Beverly.
everyone.
How are
Hi,
you?
Beverly.
I'm good, excited.
Oh my God. How does it feel to know that your organization won?
Wow, it feels really good. And just listening to the remarks and listening to them talking about the sponsorship. And it's like sometimes when we go to these different organizations for sponsorship, they are unable to do it. But to know that we have a mediator, so this is like our mediator, they were able to go to the sponsors on our behalf
Mhm.
and to get that level of sponsorship for our programs. I think I really, really want to thank Visa. And what they have done is actually give some level of credibility to what we do and to
Mhm.
enhance our visibility in Dominica for working with such a marginalized and vulnerable group. So the next time around, when we would send them an application, they will remember, okay, well, you know what? DISA came to us on your behalf. DISA gave you, so we know what you are doing is something good. If DISA
Yes.
can sponsor you, yeah, you're
And,
doing
and
something
it
good.
wasn't just a hit and run. You
No, it
went
wasn't.
Oh,
through a process, and
Yes,
that
I
was
did.
how you were selected. So
Yes.
tell us a little bit briefly about your organization. I know Paul touched on it briefly, but tell us a little bit about what you do. I know you've been fighting for persons with disabilities. You've been fighting for children with autism. You've been doing this for years.
Yes.
Gourmet, gourmet self.
Yeah.
I really want to commend you. You've put together so many wonderful programs over the years, some of which I've been part of.
Yes,
I've been
you have
been
been.
able to be part of it in terms of helping amplifying the messaging and all of that. Tell us a little bit about the work that you do and why this money is so beneficial to your organization.
Well, we have three pillars, Jael: support, access, and advocacy. And then when we talk about access, we talk about access to quality education, which is what we give our students through Achievement Learning Center.
Mhm.
And we talk about support, particularly for the families, which we do through PEG, which is the Parent Empowerment Group. and advocacy, which is continuous. We are continually advocating for the needs of persons with disabilities. We are constantly advocating for quality service, for access, for everything. And then, so this is what we really stand on, these three pillars: support, access, and advocacy. And this particular project is so very much important. It covers everything: support, access, and advocacy. We know about child abuse, we know sexual abuse. And then, as I often said, and I said it last night, that when a child has autism or Down syndrome, there's nothing wrong with their hormones. They develop the same way like everybody else, but they are more vulnerable. There's no, well, child protection policy doesn't cater to their needs. So that particular project, which is actually, DISA is actually expanding the project for us, because we had two phases, phase one and phase two, where we did a curriculum, we trained teachers, we trained parents. The second phase, where we had materials, learning resources, and we have a handbook. And DISA is actually expanding it, because we do not believe in just giving teachers materials without training them. So what the project is going to is actually going to train the teachers to use the materials effectively, so they can create a supportive learning environment for children with disabilities on their sexual health education rights. So that's what DISA is doing, is actually expanding the program. So it's helping the baby to grow, so we can continue to create that awareness, to advocate for these young people, to support the teachers in the school, because sexual health education is really a taboo. But we want them to feel confident to teach the children and to work with the parents. But most importantly, the children with disabilities, because they are the most vulnerable. And this is a human right. They need to learn about their sexual health. It is a human right. And so, in terms of our support, access, and advocacy, DISA is actually helping us to expand the program.
Fantastic. Well done, Beverly. Well done. For folks are on the live, Mervyn is saying good stuff. Congrats, Beverly. Keep doing great work. So folks are congratulating you. Well done. So I'll let you go now, because we've congratulated you. I don't know if Glenda or Dr. Laura or even Paul wants to say anything else to you, but we want to really congratulate you on.
Thank you so much, and thank you again, Disa, for really selecting us, and we are really thankful for what you did with us, and helping us to continue. So you are now part of the circle. So welcome to the circle of friends. So you're now part of our circle.
Thank you.
I just want to say your excitement excites us.
Thank you.
I told her she'll be known as one of the most impactful teachers Dominican students will be talking about for a very, very, very long time, especially within that community. Absolutely. We can't wait to see the great things that you'll be doing.
Yeah, just keep liking our page and sharing our page. We put everything on the page so you can see
it. Go and like and follow, subscribe, okay? Oh, you hear that? Okay, right. All right, Beverly, thank you so much,
Jael, and thank you so much for always being there, Jael. Yeah,
of course.
And helping us to continue the work. And thank you, Mr. Philip, Dr. Laura, and also Glenda.
Yes.
Very welcome. Thank you.
Take care. And finally, we're gonna bring on. I believe Natalie is here, and Mrs. Murphy is here. So let's bring her on. Hi, Mrs. Murphy.
Okay. She may have to bring a camera up.
Yeah,
can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. So you're gonna do something. We're gonna adjust your camera. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Can you put it a little bit higher? So go up with it a little bit. So
I've been searching for the camera. I can't see it. You don't see me.
Well, we've seen you, but what we've seen is your chest. So you want to see my
right. Oh, okay, Papa.
Now we see your face.
You see my chest? Let me fix myself.
How are you, my dear?
I am well, thanks, and you?
I am doing fantastic. Congratulations! I hear you just get some larger chest.
Yep. Oh yes, yeah. Hard work pays out.
Yes. So let's tell us a little bit about what you do, Miss Murphy, so that the folks that might be on listening, they might not know, and why it's so important for your work to continue, and why this funding comes at a really good time.
Okay, well, I represent the Dominica Association of Persons with Disabilities. I believe I have my other colleague online, our executive director. 2 years ago, I retired as the executive director, and currently I am the treasurer of the association. This is an organization that has been around for 41 years. I am a founding member. So it was established primarily to give persons with disabilities a voice that they did not have in Dominica at the time. Persons with disability were seen as just charity cases, passive recipients of charity, as our movements like to say, and they were represented. They didn't have a voice. People spoke for them. People, you know, decided for them. But with the coming on board of the disability movements in the early 1980s, the APD organization started in 1983, and it is as we say, is a consumer self-help organization. That is, it is owned, established, controlled, managed, administered by persons with disabilities. So we cater to the needs of persons with disabilities at all ages. We have a structure, we have our constitution, we have our operations manual, we have our program activities. Every 5 years, we implement our program of activities. We sit down, we discuss, we decide on what is best for the organization. And of course, our main focus is advocacy. And as a result of our advocacy over the years, we have created a great level of awareness as to the persons with disabilities, what they can do, what they are, and what they are not. So the perception has changed considerably, the attitude has changed considerably, focus and support has come in various forms. And as a result of our advocacy, we were able to get the government of Dominica to ratify the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, which went into force in 2008. Our government ratified in 2012. And this convention is just a convention in name. Persons with disabilities the world over were equally involved in the process. What we finally came up with as a convention is as a result of the input and the contribution that persons with disabilities around the world made to ensure that we had a convention that really met the needs of persons with disabilities the world over. And so we continue to push on with our activities. We are a non-governmental organization, fully registered as an incorporated entity. So we raise funds, we access funds, we attract funds, and we have been very, very successful. We have been able to convince numerous agencies. You all are just the latest, but we can speak about having attracted funds from UNESCO. We have attracted funds from the Caribbean Development Bank, from the Japanese government, from the United States Embassy, from the British High Commission, from the Canadian Fund for Local Initiative. Everywhere we were able to, we discovered that there were funds available, and the funds available where persons with disabilities could benefit. We tapped on it, and we have been
So Miss
successful.
Murphy, you say you're working hard.
We're working very hard, and we're
Work hard,
very hard to
everybody.
to the extent that we now own our own headquarters.
That's
Yes,
fantastic.
yeah, own
That's
headquarters after 41 years. Government of Dominica donated the land, and then we went out and raised the funds to build the auditorium we have. So we have an auditorium, we have a training unit, we have a dormitory, and we have the main office. So it is located on Canal Lane in Goodwill.
so tell me what because you say I have ways in which to find money. You have ways.
Oh
So
yes.
with this initiative, White Sunset, the Dominica Seafocal alumni, your organization was selected What do
Yeah.
you plan on using the funds that you just acquired? What you
Uh-huh.
plan on using that to do?
Well, our project proposal has to do with empowering persons with disabilities through ICT and social media skills. Yeah,
Ooh,
because especially persons who are sight impaired. The other types of disabilities, they have their issues, yes, but they are, it is easier for them to become computer literate, so to speak, because I mean, if you are physically challenged and you don't, your problem is lesser to that of a person who is sight impaired who wants to be part of the technology, modern
yes,
technology, computer
yes.
literacy. So we put this project proposal together. Actually, this is our third project we'll be implementing. We did one with UNESCO and we did one with the Japanese government. So this one we hadn't done one for a number of years because I mean, with the situation around the world, funding has dwindled, so we have depended more and more on our local, resources, local um, funders, and that has worked for us. So we consider the CIFOCOL as one of our partners, one of our local partners, and when the invitation came inviting, agencies to submit project, we decided, well, let us try to do something again with ICT because there are persons with sight impairment who have been asking, that we assist them to be, to acquire that skill so that they would be able to, function more independently. So the proposal, it is very comprehensive. It outlines what the steps that we will be undertaking to implement the project. It is, as I say, it is comprehensive, and we intend
Yes.
to deliver.
Well done, Mrs. Murphy. Let me give you guys a round. Let me give you all your a round of applause. Congratulations on winning
Yes, I want.
the funding. I want to give Philip and Glenda and Dr. Laura the opportunity to congratulate you as well. Your organization.
Glenda.
Mhm.
Mrs. Murphy, oh my gosh, I'm sitting listening to you. I'm like, there's a job at the UN for you, Mrs. Murphy.
Oh
You know,
boy, I'm ready anytime.
what's that?
I'm ready anytime. It's
I'm
available.
I am telling you, you're so captivating, and oh my word,
And
you
I'm
sound like a
blind.
seasoned
I forgot
public
to I
speaker.
forgot to say that. I'm
What's
blind.
that?
I forgot to say I'm blind.
You don't even have to define that because
Oh
listen,
my.
there was nothing, there were no deficiencies when you were speaking, and you had us all captivated
She
and
left no
riveted.
crumbs on the table. None.
You left okay. You left no
No.
in just you left no crumbs on the table, and I am telling you, you're a powerhouse,
Thank
and
you.
our community is so blessed to have you as an advocate. And as we shared last night, we have a connection that I wasn't aware of, but I
Hmm.
remember early going to convent. I remember, your husband, may his soul rest in peace.
My, my
Going,
my first husband, actually, I've been married twice.
okay,
Other
Mm.
partner.
That's exact. You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? Waiting at the bus to go to Loda, and so I
Yes,
remember when
yes.
the organization first started, and now to see the building that there
Mhm.
is on Canal Lane from
Yes,
when it
yes.
started in the 1980s to
Hmm.
now.
Hmm.
I mean, it just speaks to who you are and the people that
Our
you've had
resilience.
working alongside you, both
Mhm.
locally within the organization and the sponsors that you've
Yes,
mentioned. So
yes.
thank you for allowing us to walk that journey with you and allowing us to really realize our mission of impacting our community. And we're true to that mission, and we're thankful to be doing it in your space and within your community. So thank you for all that you do. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for considering our proposal. We were very excited. We had a board meeting today, and we have
Mhm.
already begun putting our activities in place. So to ensure that we start on time in January.
Wonderful.
Fantastic.
That's exciting. Exciting stuff.
Congratulations to you again,
Thank
Mrs. Murphy,
you.
and the folks at the at the Dominica Association of Persons with Disabilities on your ICT program. So you've won that. You've won the $10,000 that will be donated
Thank
towards
you,
that.
thank you, thank you.
Congratulations to you. Okay.
That's wonderful. That will be our first grants for the new year. How
I
nice.
know, yes.
Big news, big news.
Big news. That's right. She has so much energy, and you'd never think she's the person who
Dr.
got
Right.
Laura, are
disability.
you going to say a word?
Oh, well, I just wanted to say how intrigued I am by Mrs. Murphy and the way she presented. I am equally proud, as she is about her institution, to be associated with this institution, Lisa, to have entered her circle, her life, and we are partnered now to do
Mhm,
greater and bigger and bigger and bigger things. All right. So I just want to congratulate her, and I look forward to seeing all the fruits of our collective labor as we
Yes.
mhm.
donate this money to you.
Thank you, thank
Good
you.
luck.
Yes, yes. We'll do all that we can to deliver. Nice.
Yeah.
Philip?
Mrs. Murphy, Paul
Yeah,
Phillip here. We spoke last night, and the first time I met
yes.
you in July, when I sat in on the interviews for the beneficiaries, just listening to you, watching your energy, um, you know, you just seem to be a winner. So I'm
Mhm,
not surprised tonight you talk about all of the different areas that your organizations have succeeded in. So
mhm.
we look forward to continued participation with you, and we really want to thank you for your years, long years of service to the community, to our community, and we're really happy for this collaboration.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate that. And of course, that is a newfound partner. And I know that is the beginning of things, better things to come, or greater things to come.
Indeed.
Yes. Congratulations again
Absolutely.
to you guys, and you have yourself a wonderful night, and we look forward to hearing all
Yeah.
about how your project unfolds. All right.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All right. That was wonderful, right? That was wonderful, Dr. Laura.
Wow.
Truly moving, both from both entities. Very moving.
Yes, yes. So congratulations to them. Are you giving us any more money? On any more money that going on? So do you have any more money to give us? Like, so just to run down for folks who probably just tapping in now, they did the White Sunset impact on the Commonwealth of Dominica. The donation was made. Two donations are being made right now. One of $10,000 to the Dominica Association of Persons with Disabilities for their ICT program, which is empowerment of persons with disabilities through computer literacy and social media skills. And that is from the Dominica Association of Persons with Disabilities. And also earlier on, if you missed it, Circle of Friends, which is they'll be doing a training in special ed for teachers and parents of children with disabilities on the use of the sexual health education curriculum. And Beverly spoke to us a little bit about that. And congratulations again to you guys for making that donation. I know Ollie didn't want to give less. Ollie just didn't want to give less than last year. So Ollie just had to, maintain, that. So I don't know who wants to talk. Paul, you want to come on?
Yeah, I just want to also add, as we did last year with the Dominica State College, we will make a donation there. The figure is not set, but it's not going to be less than last year. Last year was 10,000. They picked one student from each of the different schools, so it was six different students. So the number was a little odd, $1,667.67 or something like that. So this year, if it's six students again, we'll probably go with 12,000. So each student gets $2,000.
That's good.
I believe that has been decided. I just don't believe it has been communicated with the
Confirm.
state college yet. So
Okay.
obviously it's our alum. We're always gonna try to do as much as we can to help students at the state college. So that donation is gonna happen as well.
Pending. It's pending. It coming. It coming, okay, DSC, it coming, it coming. Congratulations to you guys. You guys did wonderful. So you guys should pat yourself on the back. You guys worked hard, and it wasn't just working hard. You know, y'all bought your tickets to come to Dominica to work. Y'all come to work, and work not even for pay, work for freeness, to give back to your community. So we want to commend you guys on your initiatives, on your, it's an achievement for you as well. So it's a win for you guys, for the entire organization. So I want to encourage you guys. I know I'm an honorary member, but
Yes,
I
you
want
are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I just gave myself membership. I just want to congratulate you guys, on putting on this event and being able to successfully impact your community. So when you talk about social impact, check, right? Check. Okay. On that. We're looking forward. I know folks are looking forward to next year. So what's in store for us next year? Who wants to break the news?
Glenda, you got that?
I know. I think polish comes. Polish should come from you.
First,
Oh,
Jael, I want to thank you because your contribution towards this year's success is almost immeasurable. You took us into little zones that we didn't think about, and pockets of persons that we probably would not otherwise have captured. So I really do want to thank you. And I think I can speak for the association. I'm bequesting that you are honorary member henceforth.
But Jay, I make a request. I put it. What?
And so we
Yeah.
look forward to you participating. Just as similarly, I think when I signed when we signed Simeon Joseph up, I told him, I want a full-time lifetime commitment. Otherwise, I don't want any commitment at all. So so persons like yourself and Simeon, serious professionals that represent your industry so well. That aligns very well with DISA and the level of professionalism we try to bring to everything that we touch. So you are part of the family.
It was a
Okay.
pleasure. It was a pleasure being involved. It was a pleasure attending. I mean, I brought my squaddy with me. I brought a squaddy with me. We came and we'll always keep supporting as long as I have life and strength and health and everything that comes with it. I got to wear my little outfit and I had a blast. I had a blast. My videos did really well. Like the videos that I shared on the event did really well. Some of them touched like over 80K views.
Wow.
Yeah, the videos did very well. Like I think I posted 4 videos following your event, and every single one of them surpassed 60K. So so
Wow.
so they're it's reaching in places. So I was
Amazing.
really happy to
Amazing.
be part of that. Of course, it was content for me, but it also got the message out there that you guys are doing an amazing job. Because people, even today, somebody was asking underneath the video that I posted when they started playing, when Charlie was a minister, and I'm like, I saw Roy and I was like, I need to film this. So I put on my phone and I went towards him and he was dancing. People were like, where was this? What was going on? People were just asking. So somebody up to today, somebody was asking, where was that and who is this person? And I had to tell him, well, that person is the actual person singing the song. So in real,
Ah,
so yeah,
that's,
yeah. So
that's,
it was a lovely event. I had a blast, and we look forward to next year. So what's happening next year? What's popping? What's going on? When is the date? So when should we
I
say,
am living that to Glenda.
Glenda? Glenda, when should we say the date?
But I have to log into my computer. I don't want to mess up. Oh my gosh. Oh, I get to deliver
what?
Yes.
2025. Whoosh.
She said, "Whoosh!"
Yeah.
I like that.
I
Glen-
said whoosh. Yeah.
Glenda, one of the things we could use as a reminder is always the Wednesday before the weekend of Creole Fest.
Yes.
So
Yep. And
that could be something that if people
that is
forget
true.
actual
Yeah, that is
dates,
very
That
true.
is
Yeah.
implement
I'm
is
so
the
excited.
Wednesday
Yes.
before
So am I
Creole
gonna
Fest.
get drum roll? Drum roll.
Wait, let me get
Drummer.
one second. One second. I have a drum roll.
Do I do Creole? Do I do English?
Whatever you
Do
want.
I do Patois? No, my gosh, I'm so proud to sit here on the Jael Joseph live show First reveal, White Sunset 2025 will be held on Wednesday, October 22nd, 2020, October 22nd at Kaimama Moa in Louvier. You're all
Yes,
invited.
yes.
Someone
Great
come.
job.
Everybody's invited. Ticket sales go on soon, so make sure you check
Yes.
us Irie. Once because we're doing tiers, right? Tier 1, tier 2, 10 free. And once they land, you have to make sure you have them in your hand. So make sure you stay tuned. Follow the White Sunset page. There is a Facebook page, White Sunset. So follow the White Sunset page to ensure that you're up to the time and you know when the tickets are available and what the theme is. Obviously, it's always a hint of Creole, but you never know. They might introduce something new and exciting. You never know what
Mm.
what
Get those
awaits
outfits
you.
ready. Get those outfits ready, girls.
Yes, let me tell you, I have to come out with a piece of white outfit there, but yeah, I'm still thinking about it. I'll be creating. I'll be creating in the meantime.
Okay, good.
Thank you very much for sharing that with us. So those of you, if you just missed this, just announce the next date for White Sunset 2025, which is the 22nd of October 2025, and it's the Wednesday before Creole Music Festival. So if you're planning your trip to Dominica,
Sure.
don't come on Thursday. You need to come Tuesday. Don't even come on Wednesday. Come on Tuesday, because in case
Tuesday.
your suitcase don't come, you can make
I was
some.
about to say, put your outfit in your carry-on. Put your outfit in like I did. Put your outfit in your carry-on, okay, girls,
Right?
ladies,
Right?
ladies, from
Make
one girl to the next.
And
Put your outfit
people
in your
people
carry-on.
think that your suitcase not coming is the airplane fault, or is it sometimes it's just so many people traveling during that time.
Right.
Put your outfit for the entire week in your backpack.
Yeah,
because, because your carry on too. Let me tell you, I know of people whose carry on got left behind. When they went to reach the gate, they tell them, we have to check it in, and it was like, oh, it's too full, and they leave it. So even that, put it in your backpack. Make sure you have a backpack with your white outfit for Wednesday before Creole Music Festival to make sure. And you don't have to worry about the hint of Creole. You'll get it in Dominica, because I got my earrings in Dominica. You can put on a little piece. You can get a purse. You can get something in your head. You can tie your head. You can get your shoe. Let me tell you, Dominica represents. We are the number one when it comes to fashion Creole I'm saying in the world, because we don't play, right? So definitely make sure you start prepping for next year.
So Laura, last words go to you.
Okay. I guess if I were to give my
Dr.
last
Laura,
words,
before you give the last words, somebody's asking who came up with the name White Sunset. I think we spoke about that briefly. That it was Paul. But we spoke about the event.
It wasn't me.
But who came up with the name?
It wasn't me.
It was a collective effort. We played with it for days, right, Paul? We played with that. We massaged that a lot before we finalized. Candia was involved. I remember
There's a bunch of names with it.
Jennifer Liebert. We all were just mulling over what songs best. And how did we conclude? I think we talked about starting at 6 o'clock because the sun is setting right on the West Coast at that point, and all these factors were considered, right?
Yes.
You remember?
Wonderful.
And then we're also wearing white. Yeah.
We were in white. So
Ollie were wearing white when Ollie were talking about it, and you're like, it's gonna be
No. We knew it was. We
we
wanted to do an all-white event.
Okay, fantastic.
Right.
And then somewhere along the road, we came up. The name materialized, and then we also added, because of the Creole weekend, we just added the hint of Creole, and it makes a lot of sense.
It looks beautiful together. White and Creole is wonderful, majestic, beautiful together. Dr. Laura, now for your final words.
Yeah, I just want to highlight how proud we, the committee, are to host this thing called White Sunset. We see it satisfies our dream. I remember Paul and I, when we used to have business together, we were talking about what we want to do when we retire. And one of the things he said, which coincided with what I wanted, is to be philanthropic at the end of our life. When we die, we want to be remembered for having done something for our country, for our fellow man. And this door just opened up, and we serve proudly on this committee because it's a charity giving back. It's philanthropic. And I want to appeal to our supporters and our sponsors that your money is not going in vain. When you buy one ticket, when you buy one drink, when you buy anything you do towards White Sunset, you are satisfying the greater human good. And that is you are changing lives individually. For example, when we take the money and we give to a student from sixth form college, we are changing that student's individual life. We also give it to groups like the Circle of Friends and our Dominica Association for Disabled Persons or persons of disability. We are changing that community, and together we are changing our world. So for me, I just want to appeal to us to continue supporting because this is really a worthy cause and it really does wonders. It expands beyond ourselves and we just serve ourselves, but to serve the general human being. Okay.
Yes, fantastic. Venda, final words?
Yeah, I just again continue giving thanks. We're so thankful. And one thing I forgot to mention is, oops, the entire community, our patrons, our client, our sponsors, but even from the day we started, the Ministry of Health, with our symposium, the Ministry of Education, the Dominica State College, is just having such a wealth of partnership, to do what we do at all levels.
Yes.
So we cannot do this without you. It takes a village to help the village. So when you
Yes.
partner with Lisa, that's exactly what is happening right before your very eyes, and you see it. But most importantly, you experience it. And so thank you, Jael. What a wonderful thing that you do. Thank you for receiving us. Thank you for stepping out on a limb and say, I dig them. I'm trying to sound like you, school like you. I dig them. I'm gonna take a chance on them. So thank you for doing that. You're wonderful. You're entertaining. You're professional. I love standing alongside and next to such a brilliant, strong, professional woman. And nothing wrong with it. But I just really believe that we can lift each other up. And you're doing that. Your viewership love you, and for all reasons. So I'm gonna see great things with your career. Thank you for having us, but thank you most importantly for hedging on us with your own career and trusting us and trusting a partnership with us. So thank you, Jael. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome, Glenda. You're most
Thank
welcome.
you.
And finally, Paul.
So, Jael, when we met, you said sometimes the show is 1 hour and sometimes it's 2 hours. I think we're close to the 2 hour mark.
Or you just hijack my show tonight, do we?
I know. I don't know what else you had planned for the night, but it's all this for you.
Yes,
I want to focus on what it takes to make any of this happen, and it really is among other things, all the outside partners, but membership, right? Within DISA is a very simple thing. If you have been to the State College for at least one semester, Dominica State College, Sifukal Alumni Association, Sifukal, Clifton Dupini Technical College, Teachers College, Nurses College. If you've been to any one of those institutions for at least one semester, you're eligible to be a member of these. And the membership makes a difference. We need more hands. We need more resources, human resources, to have even greater impact. There's so many other programs we would love to launch, and we're just not yet, properly resourced to do it. So I would really want to make an appeal to people out there. If you've touched the state college system in any way, shape, or fashion, you're eligible. We want you to become a member. We want to turn the leadership over to you. We want to turn White Sunset over to you. So at some point, it's going to be too much for those of us who are doing it. And Jael, of course, if you've got talent like Jael, you can become an honorary member. So, I mean, but I really want to make an appeal to the community out there. Most of us who are currently on DISA are class of 84 and 83. So there's like 40 years of people
still missing
in that span that could become part of that membership. And I think it's important that people step up. Like you say, Jael, a lot of people in the D word like to talk about things and they don't do anything. So I'm challenging people now to join this organization to be part of the solution.
Walk the
Thank you,
walk.
Jael.
Walk the walk.
Yeah.
Thank you very
The
much.
walk.
You guys have a website. Give people your website. That
Who
people.
has it? SifaCallAlumni.com?
That's
Dot org.
Yeah,
alumni. If anybody,
SifaCallAlumni.com.
if you missed it, Sifocall. If you missed anything, you can get on the White Sunset page, SifocallAlumni.com. You can check them out, and you can join. You can become part of this wonderful, charity event, whether it's White Sunset or the organization that is Sifocall Alumni. It was a pleasure having you guys. It was a pleasure serving with
Thank
you guys
you.
over the last couple of months. So happy that this is over. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But it was wonderful. You guys were all very warm, very understanding. It was a great experience for me. I felt welcomed into your organization. I felt, we had a little chat going on where we'd share information, and it was just very well done. And I appreciate that you guys understood, my level, and you were able to jump on and you were able to gel, and it worked. And I'm really happy that I took the leap of faith and said, hey, I'm gonna do an event. You were my first event, so you plucked my cherry. My first event, that I
Mm,
became an ambassador for. Normally I do product or companies and all of that stuff, but it was my very first
mm.
event. So I really want to say I appreciate you guys and thank you again for the opportunity. And to all those of you who followed through the last couple of months, those of you who liked the videos, who joined in on the conversation, who asked questions, I really want to say thank you very much for your time, the effort, because I mean, you could be anywhere in the world, but you choose to be on here. Even those of you who are on here tonight, you wanted to add something, Paul?
Yes, yes, yes. I wanted to thank not just you, but your followers.
Mhm.
We had a show once with you, and immediately we got about 10 ambassadors who said they got referred from you from the show.
Mhm.
So your people who follow you they're real, they're not robots, they're like active.
They're
And those
real.
were some of our most active ambassadors. So I
My
gotta say
followers have been called
big,
WASP.
big shout out to
They
Jail.
don't play. My followers don't play. Eh? They don't play.
They don't play. They don't.
Don't
I
say
agree.
nothing bad about me. Don't make magic with
Yeah,
yourself. You'll
yeah,
be in
yeah.
problems. Yeah. I love my followers. I love, they're like my family, my little dashing leaves. And I really do love and appreciate every single one of them. And I always tell them, when I see me in the road, like, come up to me, don't hide. Because some people are always like, oh my God, Jael, no, I'm seeing her. I'm like, don't hide, come up to me and say hi. We'll take a picture, we'll drink a rum if we
Mm.
can. But just, you know, I love my followers. Without them, I
Yeah.
would not be doing this, right? Because I need them to keep sharing. I need them to keep liking, to subscribe, to follow. And when people talk shit about me, I also need them to come in the comment section and chew them. So
That's funny.
I mean, I absolutely love them. I love it. I appreciate them, and they know I
Mhm.
do everything I can do in my power to assist them, whether I do it offline, online, or in between lines. And I really want to say I appreciate them and the fact that they came on, and quite a few of them, they were meeting me at the event. They were saying, I bought the ticket from, when I saw your stuff, I bought the ticket. I didn't know about that
Mm.
event. A lot of people were my age group and stuff, which I know you guys were trying to appeal to. They were like,
Right.
oh, I came to the event and I had so much fun. So I really want to say, thanks to my followers, my fans, my family. I consider them my family. My dashing leaves. Thank you very much for all of the support. Yeah, I call them my dashing leaves. Paul is
I
looking at
love
me.
it. I
They're my,
love it.
they're my dashing leaves. They know that there's a dashing leaf movement going on.
Isn't
You know,
that's
Nice.
nice.
and I really appreciate them. Thanks to all of you for coming on. I know you guys, it's a school night for some of you. For Paul, I know Paul just gonna lay back and have a wine and don't worry about the world, right? But thank
Some
you.
suggestions.
Ah, thank you, Dr. Laura, for stopping by with your expertise.
Thank you.
Doctor,
Appreciate.
right?
I really appreciate you, Joel. I mean, it was epic.
Thank you.
know.
Thank you very much.
Cool.
And thank you very much,
Um,
Glenda.
thank
Wonderful.
you.
Wonderful.
Welcome. I always enjoy you. I do. You're so
Of
legit.
course.
I love it.
Thank you very much. And Paul, of course, Paul, I just had to run into you. Like, we you know, we're gonna run into each other at the next fit, right? Right, Paul?
That's
Karen.
correct.
And we don't plan it; it just happens. We don't plan it, but it was wonderful. Wonderful being part of this with you guys, and I wish you guys all the best next year. We look forward to when tickets drop, and we will keep you guys informed. And also the beneficiaries. Excuse me. Congratulations to the beneficiaries this year.
Yeah.
Congratulations to every single person who supported the sponsors. And have yourself a happy holiday, right? Have
Oh,
yourself
yeah.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas, Jael. Yes,
Thank you.
thank
Merry Christmas
you.
to you.
Take
all
care.
right,
best.
guys. Bye bye.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Bye.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.
Mm.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. That's it. That's where we wrap it up for tonight. I want to say thank you very much to the folks at White Sunset, the Dominica Seafood Alumni Association. Thank you very much to their wonderful event. They put on a beautiful event. If you missed it this year, you can miss next year. All right. Make sure you start thinking about buying your tickets all now soon. Buy your ticket if you're coming to Dominica. If you're gonna be in Dominica, you need to be at this event. All right. I suspect I might probably do something exciting. As long as I'm part of it next year, I'll probably do something more exciting. You know, something extra. You know, probably give away a ticket or something. We'll talk about this, closer to the time. But make sure you plan to be in Dominica on the 22nd of October 2025 for the White Sunset with a hint of Creole, which is a charity event that goes towards a fantastic cause. Thank you to the entire association and to all of you. Merry Christmas. No, I'll be back tomorrow. With Tanya Stevens is gonna be coming through. Hopefully, Dominic don't play the lights and mess up the thing, because if Dominic can only all know, so don't do magic with yourself, okay? Tomorrow night, Tanya Stevens, reggae sensation is gonna be stopping by right here on the show. Remain locked on. If you haven't followed yet, what you waiting for? Hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button. Stop making magic with yourself. All right, and follow so that you know when we go live. We also have an exciting show for you coming up on Thursday. I believe that kind of wraps up the week. So we have shows till Thursday, and we have another show on Monday right before the Christmas holidays. All right, guys. Until next time, saying goodbye and good night. Bye-bye.